Many would think about writing a letter to a head of state. So where did your confidence come from?
I believe that he would read letters from people who are sincere and honestly have something to say. The Chinese government wants to listen and learn, and this has always been my experience. It's a letter to me as the chair of the Danish Chamber of Commerce, so it's also to all the Danish companies in China. It says we have to continue to be a bridge between China and the rest of the world. The president asked me to do more things.
So if I may ask, is today's Simon different from yesterday's Simon?
I don't know. I think my view on the world is not different, but my feeling of responsibility is different.
Much stronger now.
Yes, stronger. 李世蒙先生，很高兴收到您和中国丹麦商会的来信，从来信中感受到你对中国的深厚感情和丹麦在华企业对中国未来发展的信心，我对此表示赞赏，非常高兴，也是认可我们的工作。我们的任务很重要，要多介绍、解读中国、中丹、中欧都是我们的责任之一啊，所以这个压力也很大的。
Could you walk us through the full story?
I've been thinking about expressing something about the work we've done and also what I've done in China to President Xi. Denmark has always been a very good friend and a very dear friend and old friend of China. And this year is the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Denmark and China. So the Chamber thought it was a good idea to write a letter to the President to express the gratitude of the collaboration and the friendship. My personal letter was about my life. I came to China in '87. I studied at Fudan University, and then I started a company, and I've been building the company as a private entrepreneur in China. So 2 letters, and he replied to both in 1 letter.
What motivated you to follow through?
I think that the voice and the sentiment of foreign companies and foreign individuals in China is very welcome by the central government and by President Xi. So I think we have the responsibility to write to him and tell him about what we're doing and how we are doing. And that's really the motivation. The fact that he is replying shows that we were right.
How did it feel to have your voice acknowledged at the highest level?
From what I know about the Chinese government, if they find it as a good idea, they will for sure follow up on that. China is a very open government system that wants to listen to voices and ideas from a broad spectrum of people, individuals, and companies.
And in your letter, you wrote that choosing China is choosing the future. And in the president's reply to your letter, he also says that believing in China is believing in tomorrow, and that investing in China is investing in the future. How did that resonate with you?
The overall global geopolitical situation is not good. There's wars, there's trade wars, there's conflicts among many nations. And I think China is doing a very important job of trying to calm things down and collaborate together, all countries, nobody excluded. Of course, President Xi is leading the country, so he, in extension, and China is leading the world in that sense. China has reacted in a very solid and mature and long-term way of what is the best thing for China, of course, but also for the rest of the world. The local government around our company has been very supportive, and we also hear from the Trade Ministry, from Ofcom and other ministries that we will support you to open other markets, and we will in our way negotiate with the US.
What's your take on the recent US-China economic and trade talks in Geneva? How do you assess the outcomes?
It is helpful for us right now. I believe China really knows, with the attitude of let's hear what they say, it is very, very disruptive for the US economy if there's a very high tariff. So China kept calm. Europe actually has also been quite, holding back and not just taking whatever the US is throwing at them.
How do you think Europe can navigate its relations with China and then with the United States?
I think Europe needs to have its own voice. Europe cannot, in my opinion, be too much depending on the US. Europe as a whole working with China, but also the individual countries working well with China is very, very important for Europe's future. A lot of people in Europe do not understand enough about China. So understanding China better is a very important part of establishing those collaborations. This is also part of the recommendations we're giving to the Danish government.
What are some of the most common misunderstandings or misperceptions that you see so far?
I think the governance of China is the least understood in the West. The Chinese government has a very, very high level of trust from its people. So you can't use a Western democracy perspective and believe that our way is the right way.
Do you think those misunderstandings or misperceptions will persist for years to come?
I don't think it's something that will be fixed overnight at all. It will take a long, long, long time. First of all, some of the best ambassadors for China are foreigners who have lived here. I will continue to do my work in the chamber and be a good representative of myself and Danish companies. Foreigners in China who have been here a long time have a big understanding of China and can contribute to a lot of things in China, and we would like to be heard.
Thank you.